pre-wrap, again, it has no adhesive ability. So if you just put the pre-wrap on a non-adhesive skin, then the effectiveness of that ankle taping is going to decrease very, very quickly. As soon as they get out there and start to sweat, it would probably decrease in support probably within 30 minutes. You'd lose a lot of the support that you need. So in many training rooms, they're required to shave the hair off so that you would still use the adhesive and no pre-wrap at all. So you've got a spray adhesive with the tape directly onto the skin. You know, for this class, you certainly don't have to do that. I am going to spray a little bit just so that it lays flat. In real life, we use these heel and lace pads. They're pads that have skin lube on them, and they are put right here and right here, right on the Achilles tendon and right on the anterior tibialis tendon, so that they don't get irritated with the taping. But for testing purposes, your tape's probably going to lay a little bit nicer without the heel and lace pads. So spray. I like using the pre-wrap from up here and go down, but you can certainly start from here and go up. Either way, it doesn't matter. I hold my pre-wrap with the roll underneath, but there are an awful lot of people that would hold it like this. So either way is fine. The main point with the pre-wrap is you use as little as possible. I don't want to see a double layer of pre-wrap. It's just not effective. So you should be stretching it and going downward, overlapping very little. The whole point of the pre-wrap is only to cover the hair. So they don't have hair on their heel. You'll have some athletes saying, can you cover my heel? And it's really not as effective if you cover the heel. It's only where the hair is. Okay? Now you can read your recipe. I'm going right down. Anchor strips. And it doesn't matter if you're going this direction or this direction. I'm left-handed, so I just happen to be holding the tape in my left hand. The anchor strips, very similar to your shin splints. There are 2 of those. Then I have a ligament strip. Remember when we learned the anatomy, the medial and lateral malleoli, the ligaments were where? That smile shape right under. So those have got to be supported. The whole purpose of the taping is to support this area where those ligaments are, so that when it is an inversion, it's supported, you know, right where it needs it. So every single piece of tape has a purpose. Okay? My ligament strip is a half of a figure 8. So I guess you could call it a figure 4. But I put it right across the ligaments there, get the top of the malleoli, and then the bottom of the malleoli. So a figure 8 would just be continuing this like underneath the arch. But we're doing kind of a figure 4 here instead of a figure 8. Okay? Now the next thing on the list are stirrup 1, 2, and 3. The first stirrup starts right on the anchor. What I don't want to see tonight, you guys, is having this stirrup way up above the anchor. The anchor is providing your guideline. Okay? I'm starting on the medial side, and this strip goes way back on the heel. And I'm ending on the lateral side over here because I don't want the ankle to invert. I'm doing an inversion ankle taping. So I'm doing my stirrups from here to here so that it holds it out into eversion. Okay? Okay. So that's my first stirrup. My second stirrup overlaps by half. And then my third stirrup overlapping. So you see how I have coverage now behind, over, and in front of the malleoli. Those are all covered now. Now I'm going to lock those down by doing a second ligament strip. Okay. Now, people get confused. I should have maybe made this circular strip here down on the next line, but it says second ligament strip and circular strips. Circular strips are just covering, they're cover strips going upward. I prefer to cover from here up, but some trainers prefer from here down. I just feel, especially if it's a new sprain or you have any swelling, why would you want to pull the swelling downward? Because that's the area you're trying to protect. So I like going upward. Okay? So notice that these ligament strips are facing down like this. I'm going to overlap there. Now this one is more straight because you've got to make it fit the shape of the ankle. And I'm going all the way to the top to cover everything. So these circular strips are facing here, 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 and here. Now the heel lock. I do forward heel locks. Backward heel locks are perfectly fine. I believe the research says that there's really no difference between the two, though I know some people say there is. But forward or backward heel locks. My heel locks start on the malleoli, cross the top of the foot, go under the foot, behind the Achilles, and back to where you started. This is not a figure eight. This is a heel lock. There's a difference. You're going to do 2 sets of those. And tear. I'm used to doing continuous ones. And you're going to finish up with that arch strip that you already learned from the arch taping. So you see how the arch taping and the shin splint taping kind of prepared you to figure out some angles. So that's what you're going to do. It's going to be very hard to